Hi guys, welcome to Best of Guru, and today we have another special guest in our channel, and she is none other than Archana Chaurasia Kapoor, and simply Archie or Archana Kapoor, whatever you can call. And Archana is my friend since 5 years in blogging world. Due to Archana only, I have got a social presence, if I am not wrong.
Oh my God.
Social media presence is due to Archana Kapoor. I can frankly say that. And my first offline interview was with Archana Kapoor only on my Best of Guru website. So thank you for that, Archana, and thank you so much for giving me such a valuable time because you are very busy offline and online nowadays. So I was really happy, and please welcome to Best of Guru.
Thank you so much, Guru. My God, I didn't expect that sort of an introduction, and really social presence because of me.
Yes,
How? I'm dying to know that now.
because 2015 I have started blogging and I have only 3 or 4 friends that time. And I don't know if you have remembered or not. You are the first person whom I have chatted on Facebook Messenger as a blog buddy. Apart
Okay.
from my friends and relatives. So that always had in my memory.
That's sweet. Thank you so much. I'm feeling so honored and flattered. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And many bloggers know Archana because she is very well known in social media and all. But for whom you don't know, let us know about Archana more from her own voice and words. Let me know about you, Archana.
Okay. So hi guys, I'm Archana Chaurasia Kapoor. Born, brought up, educated in Bombay, in India, traveled 22 countries because of work, play, and coming to the blogging world. So I used to write off and on. I think I did have some earlier blogs as well, as old as maybe 2012, 2010. I can't even remember. But then because of my travels and, the little things that I would notice, I used to just pen down everything on Facebook note. But after I got married, my husband. He literally pushed me into blogging because he thought I write well, and he's a veteran blogger. He's been writing about geopolitics for over 2 decades now. So he set up my blog and did everything for me, and that's when I really started blogging. So I started blogging on drishti.co. Personal, I used to write poems, all my travel posts, etc. And I think it was great. It was a good journey over there. And then after that, I started my travel blog, Travel with Archie. And after I moved here to the US and then I had my daughter, I kind of stopped writing because there was no time. Plus, life here in the US is very different, and being alone with a small kid, it was tough to keep blogging at that point in time as well. But I was always interested in writing, and another love and passion of mine was fashion since I was a kid. So again, thanks to my husband, he pushed me into it, saying that you love it. It comes to you naturally. So why don't you go ahead and start doing a fashion blog? So I didn't really get into blogging at that point in time, but I did get into the world of fashion per se through Instagram. And yeah, hasn't stopped then. So it was about 2017, end of 2017, that I started on Instagram fashion blogging. And ever since, I've worked with a lot of fashion, skincare, makeup, beauty, lifestyle, parenting brands. So yeah, it's been fun. But now life is a little more stable. My daughter's grown up. She's almost going to become 4 years old this year. So I've decided to make a comeback into the world of writing again. But what we've done now is, instead of focusing on so many different blogs, we're just consolidating everything. So some of you who probably do follow me on Instagram may have noticed that I've changed my handle as well to the Mrs. Kapoor. And my new blog is going to be called mrskapoor.com. It's already published, but we're still working on it. And that has everything that I've ever written to date. So it's a mix of Drishti, it's a mix of my travel blog and my earlier fashion blog. Yeah, it has everything. It's a huge, big, safe place where I feel myself. So yeah.
So you have worked in banking sector and many financial institutions. So why can't you start a finance blog or a banking related blog? Suddenly you went into different mode and different niche.
This is very funny actually. I get asked this question quite a lot because in my corporate career as well, that's what I've been doing. A lot of times when I would make one move from the other, right? I used to be in mainstream banking first, and from there I moved into training because I loved. I'm very, very passionate about learning and development. And at that point in time, when I did that, when I made that move, seriously, a lot of people told me it's professional suicide. What are you doing? You're so successful as a banker and, as a personal banker, and you've been doing so well, gotten so many promotions, awards. Why are you doing that? And that was something my heart said, uh, you know, this is something that's going to make you happy. Just do it. So I've done that quite a lot. And then from learning and development in banking, I jumped into insurance. Again, people were like, wow, we're banking and we're insurance. What do you want to do there? And so, yeah, I moved into learning and development, but in the insurance sector, and that was a sunrise sector, so to say. So it is still a great industry, doing pretty well. But yeah, to come to what you really asked me, I'd love to start a finance blog as well. But would it have my heart? Would it have my passion? No. I mean, I love banking. It's in my blood. I'm a numbers person completely. So, funnily, when Drishti was doing so well, I think the authority and the ranking was below 100,000, and I think that's excellent. So Desh and I, we used to, monitor the numbers on a daily basis. Oh my God, the views have gone down, the views need to go up. So yes, in that perspective, the numbers still are very much on my mind. I think I'm happier writing my personal blog and fashion related stuff. That makes me feel good about myself. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, we both have same similarities. I did my bachelor's of commerce and also I worked for life insurance companies and other financial
Wow.
institutions, but never started any complete financial blogger because I don't like those type of blogging and all.
No,
I rather like.
Guru, in fact, I have written, in fact, for some other blogs as well, I've written on finance and stuff. I enjoy writing about finance, but if you've noticed, my writing has a lot of my personal touch. Almost 18 years of banking, finance, learning and development, etc. in the corporate world. So those things will still remain with me. So I do try and mention some of those things, but to be honest, a finance blog is not what I really want to do.
And also it is very competitive. Better not to touch it. Maybe
No, everything is competitive.
it's too
The world of
saturated.
finance is competitive, but the world of fashion, oh my God, you don't even want to get there. It is crazy competitive. And yes, in fact, there is a similarity there. Just like finance, things are changing so often. So even in the world of fashion, I mean, trends change, even little things like colors change so much with the seasons, etc. So you've got to be completely on the ball all the time. So
Yeah. Previously, 2015, 2016, you are very, very famous in social media and you have tremendous following. But after you had your kid and all, you have taken a little bit of gap now. So, what is the difference of those 2 years and now latest? How you are coming back, bouncing back into social media?
I've never really been away from social media. I was always present. And for me, it's not about bouncing back. I always have believed in doing things that make me happy, that make me feel good without really that extra burden, that, oh my God, I have to do this or this needs to get done. No, those are things that yeah, I'm out of that rat race completely. I will be on social media. Whatever I do, I will be sharing it with people who follow me, with my friends, family, etc. But for me, there's no real bouncing back.
Yeah.
I never really went away.
Yeah, you used to post all your pictures and all in Instagram. So you keep on doing activity in Instagram, which I used to follow regularly.
Thank you.
So as a social media influencer, that is what we needed. We need to do something. Coming to challenging part as a mother blogger, as a woman blogger, how difficult it is for you to maintain a kid and also to take care of your online activities and business.
It's pretty tough, actually, especially when you're here in the United States because you're alone. You're doing everything on your own. It's not like back in India where you can have a nanny and you can have five maids doing every little thing for you. So you got to do everything over here and manage the baby. And this year is such a unique year because of the coronavirus, and even schools are shut and stuff. So she's with us 24 by 7. But thankfully, I have a husband who is extremely cooperative. He's so supportive. He helps me with everything, and he designs my blogs and does all that setup for me. So he's a huge help. And because of him, I'm able to do a lot of things that I do. So I just have to juggle. I guess everybody does that. All I think married women with children who have either a corporate career or something. Even if they're working from home, they have to juggle. They have to don so many hats. They have to multitask. So I won't say I'm doing anything great. It's just that life over here is a little different. So yeah, I'm managing. I think things will only get better. She's growing up now. Soon she'll be in full time school. So I'll get that much more time. So that much little leeway for excuses that, oh my God, I don't have the time to do this now. I'm thinking and I'm hoping that things will only get better from here for me
Mm.
now.
So you are more focused into fashion blogging now. So do you have fashion blog or just having a social handle?
No, no, no. So, like I just mentioned, we started mrskapoor.com because that's where I want to consolidate everything. So, while my primary objective is going to be to do a lot more fashion blogging and blogging, not just Instagram, right? Because, and this is something that Desh keeps telling me very often, and I keep hearing this from a lot of other successful bloggers as well, that if you're just an Instagrammer, you never know what will change in the world of Instagram, for example, and for the other places as well, right? So at least a blog is something that you own, right? You are the complete master of it. You control it completely, right? Other social media like Facebook and Instagram is something that you cannot control. So tomorrow, what happens to your reach? Even if you may have 500,000 followers, but if Facebook just decides to shut down, then what happens to you? Your entire business is out, right? So that's why a blog is extremely important. It's important that you focus on it, that you do well, that you really give it the time and attention that it needs. Because overnight, of course, things are not going to change for you, but over a period of time, if you're consistent, if you've done a good job over there, if you worked hard on it, it will definitely show fruit. It will bear fruit in the future. So yes, after having been on Instagram practically for 2-3 years and not focusing on my blog, I'm back into blogging now. There's still a lot of work to be done in mrskapoor.com because merging blogs is not so easy. Get even small things like getting your images for every blog post and making sure it's doing properly, it's well laid out, etc. That takes a lot of time. You combine all my blogs, I'm sure there are about 300 to 400 blog posts over there, which is great, which is good stuff. I think I used to love writing haiku, and I think around 150 just haiku would be there, right? So bringing everything over there and making sure everything's working is going to take at least a month or more for me. But at least a blog has been published, and I'm going to start writing consistently. Say 1 or 2 posts every week. That's what my aim is going to be.
Yeah,
But,
actually.
but, but to answer your question, sorry, Guru, it's not just going to be all fashion because I do work with a lot of lifestyle brands as well. Because of my daughter, I do work with a lot of children based brands, right? So that's going to be featured on the blog as well.
So coming to fashion again, So there are a lot of competition, as you said earlier, and there are more teenagers doing these fashion things and all. So coming to married woman and that too with a kid. So how tough it is to compete with those?
So I'm not competing with them in the first place, okay? Because you name the category for me, right? Married women with kids. Okay, so let me just tell you something that it's really not got anything to do with age or a particular category. Okay, fashion is always about how you carry yourself, how you're seen. Okay, what are the things that suit you, and are you able to just carry it off with confidence? Sometimes teenagers can't do that. Sometimes married women with 4 children can't do that. Sometimes each one can do it because everyone has their own style, right? So in the world of fashion, why do people follow you, right? Because they like your style, because of what value you bring to them, right? So as a fashion blogger, what are you doing? Are you only showcasing the Chanels and Gucci's of the world, or are you really getting down on the ground and saying, okay, every single day I can't go out and buy a Chanel purse, right? So that's probably going to be 2 bags in my closet. But what am I going to do with my everyday work? What do I do? I basically am a great proponent of everyday fashion, right? So how do you make sure that things are not just lying in your closet? Okay, how do you make sure that you use everything in your closet? How do you make sure that every time you go shopping there isn't a big hole in your wallet, right? So those are the things that I focus on, and that's what my followers really love to see. So how do I style the same piece in different ways? What's a great deal that one can get because I saw it and I'm sharing it with people. So those are the little things that are really important in the world of fashion. And having said that, after a particular age group, okay, how do you want to still dress up, right? So are you doing things for different age groups as well, right? So just because you're a married woman, it doesn't mean that you can't showcase something that would look good on a teen, or vice versa. So it's all about that in the world of fashion. And are you someone who's following trends, or are you someone who's a trend starter, right? So that makes a lot of difference.
So coming to social handles, you have a lot of following, as already said. So what type of tools you use actually for Insta and other social media?
No, tools for gaining followers, or I didn't understand. What exactly do you mean?
You are using any tools for Instagram or Facebook or any other social handles?
Okay, so there are a lot of tools available, right? So for my pictures and stuff, yes, I like using Photoshop. I like using Snapseed, etc. But if you mean scheduling and stuff, whilst there are a lot of tools available, I don't really use much. I like doing things on the go, right? But there is an app that I use, which is called the Like to Know It app. It's basically reward style, where whatever I wear, I link all the products over there. So in case if someone wants to know what I'm wearing exactly and would like to buy something, they can follow me on the Like to Know It application and get all the details over there. So scheduling per se is only something that I use on that particular tool, but otherwise Instagram and Facebook I do on the go.
So how would you promote your blogs and all
On social
monetization
media,
front?
the monetization, okay, so there are various ways of monetizing, right? One of the big things that have worked for me is essentially working directly with brands. So that's been one of the ways that I've been monetizing whatever I do. The blog, yes. So I think advertising on the blog is something that I'm going to do, and I am going to sign up on a lot of affiliates, right? So you will see a lot of affiliate links on my blog going forward.
What is the biggest roadblock you have encountered in your journey as of now
Time.
in blogging?
Time.
Everyone's problem is that.
Yeah, so time, because see, I already mentioned, if you want to do something, you may as well put your heart and soul in it and do it, right? So for that, you need a great deal of time, which right now is slightly difficult for me. But like I said, I know that going forward, I will have a lot more time to do, because there's so many ideas buzzing in my head. It's all here, but to execute it and to put it into, you really need a lot of time to see it through, right? That's one issue that I have currently, and that's why the reason why I kept at it on Instagram and I couldn't do my blogging was that it was that much more easy just to be an Instagrammer, because getting your pictures taken and stuff, you have one shoot that you do once in a week for 2 to 3 hours, and you have a lot of content that can see you through the entire week. It's not the same with blogging. You need to focus, you need to pen down your thoughts. You need to make sure that whatever you are doing has the right kind of SEO, has the right kind of links, the pictures look good, etc. So it does need a lot of time and effort. So that's something right now which I'm lacking. But yeah, going forward, I'm going to make sure that I do it. Yeah.
So we all have been habituated with this COVID or Corona situation. So is there any better opportunities for newbies to come into online, like blogging, content writing, and any other?
I think so, Guru, because the world's not going to be same after whatever's happening currently, and more we are realizing that it's not so tough to work from home, right? Because a lot of people, a lot of companies usually used to think initially that if you start a work from home kind of culture, then people are not going to work, they're just going to pass time and things are not going to happen. But across the globe now we're seeing that everything seems to be working efficiently. You don't necessarily have to be physically present in an office to be productive or to do well, right? So I think that will generate a lot more things that will go online, right? So yes, I think there's a lot of opportunity out there for newbies to come into the world of blogging, to create a lot of things online, and it's going to do very well. I completely believe it's going to do very
What about your future plans?
well. Immediate near future is to definitely focus on my blog on mrskapoor.com. Going to give it say about a year to start showing up in good rankings and stuff like that, so I can do a lot more with that. And a long term goal is to start a line of my own, because I love fashion, I love fabrics, I love colors. So going to start something on my own soon. Let's see when that happens though.
So any final thoughts for our audience?
So bloggers, I think, keep doing the great work. When I started writing, and so we are talking 2015. Again, a lot of people said, the world of blogging is almost going to shut down. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. Get into something better as a hobby, as a pastime. You're doing something on the side. It's great, but it can never become mainstream. You're drowning yourself completely after being an Ivy League kid, and having studied at INSEAD. And what are you doing with your future? What are you doing with your life? But I think that's crazy. People who used to speak like that, I think they really need to relook at things, because the more and more I see it, I see that online is the way to go, right?
Exactly.
You can sit anywhere in the world. You can be sitting in Hawaii, or you can be sitting on a beach in Maldives and doing it. And I would love to name a few people who are my complete favorite, who are
Yeah.
earning thousands of dollars just doing this.
Yeah, let us
And
take example of our interview now, our chit chat, what we are doing now. You are in US and I am in India.
so
Normally it
it's
won't
not going
happen.
away. Yeah, it's not going away. So if you want to make a career out of it, do it for sure, but make sure you learn the tricks of the trade. I think that's very important. Just don't start shooting in the dark, okay? Make sure that you learn how to go about things, learn from veterans like Guru, how to start a blog, what do you do with the blog, how do you make sure you reach your audience, and work hard on it, create good content, because when your content is good, it speaks for itself, right? So yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Last but not least, advance happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you so much,
Your
Guru.
birthday is on June 15th, and I want to publish this interview on that day. Definitely. So that's why I have been asking you since long day.
you know I promise I was not trying to act like a celebrity, not giving you time or something. It's just
Yeah,
luck is
I
just.
can understand your situations, but Anyway, it is not that easy to give an video interview because I know the problems. We have to take some time. We have to take some space. Our cameras should be fine. Lighting should be fine.
And like the
So
issue that we just
again,
faced
it should
before
be
started.
morning to
Yeah.
you, for me night, for you night, for me morning. So a lot of things will happen.
It's important
But
to make it happen, and we made it
yeah,
happen. That's
despite being so much of a hurdles and all, you still gave me a lot of valuable time. Thank you for coming to Best of Guru channel, and I am really privileged for your presence here.
Thank you so much for having me, Guru. I really
Yeah,
appreciate your time.
please stay home, please stay safe.
You too.
My lovely wishes to your lovely daughter.
Thank you.
How is she?
It's doing good. Too naughty to handle. But yeah, it's been fun with her.
Thank you, Archana. Thank you for coming. Bye
The
bye.
pleasure is all mine, Guru. Thank you so much.